It's time to love the lanes again. From some of southeastern Wisconsin's finest bowling centers, this is the Brew City Bowling Show.
Good morning, bowling fans. Welcome back to another Saturday morning here on My 24 Milwaukee with the Brew City Bowling Show. Into our third of four shows here for season 2.5. We're at one of our favorite places to go to, Country Lanes, with Kevin and Leanne Meyer hosting. And after a tough battle through qualifying today, we've got some familiar faces on the show. Remember the weeks that Danny Glubka and Gene Dereshevsky rolled over on the show 5 weeks in a row with Royal Roller Match winnings. They made it back through this mixed doubles format. Leanne Meyer and her partner Josh Przybylski. We've seen them on the show before, and we got a couple of new bowlers with the Walters making the show as well. So going to be some exciting semifinals, and then which two teams are going to reach the Royal Roller Match, the battle for $250 in American Place Casino free play and $150 in dining at American Place in Waukegan. One way to find out, let's take to the lanes here at Country Lanes. We'll be back with that first semifinal.
Hey, Steve. Your favorite slots are open.
They remember my name and my game?
Your usual, Steve?
They're like mind readers.
Blackjack!
Is this heaven?
No, it's American Place Casino.
Wait, are you in my head?
Come on, Steve. That'd be weird.
We're not mind readers, but we create an experience that's just for you. American Place Casino.
This place rules!
I know, right?
Showcase your skills and experience the thrill of competing on the national stage at the 2025 PBA LBC National Championships. This event has awarded over $675,000 in prize money over the last 2 years, and Bolero Mount Prospect is just a 90-minute drive from Milwaukee. View all the tournament information at pba.com/LBC tournament. Join the Bourbon Club for free at Country Lanes. Enjoy discounts on every pour and have your chance to win some great monthly prizes. Enjoy a pour before or after a great pizza at Country Lanes in Franklin. In our first semifinal from here at Country Lanes, Josh Przybylski, Leanne Meyer walking in, and wow, Leanne getting a little poking from the kids. Of course, her two sons and her daughter all here watching today. Josh starting things off here at Lane 3 at Country Lanes. I want to thank Leanne and her husband Kevin once again for hosting another Brew City Bowling Show episode, and this is going to be fun with all mixed doubles teams. Josh with the great shot there, 10 back to start things off.
Yeah, Kevin's on it.
Josh averages 216, does a majority of his bowling Alpine Lanes, does some bowling here at Country Lanes as well. And as we mentioned, Leanne, our host proprietor, not just bowling here at Country Lanes, but also does some bowling at Classic Lanes Oak Creek for league as well. Husband Kevin bowls there on Wednesday nights at Classic Oak Creek as well. And how about that? It isn't pretty, but it's 10 back for Leanne on the crossover. And once again, three teams battling to get into our American Place Casino Royal Roller Match. The highest two team totals from the semifinal round will advance. And let's see if we can get Josh a gift card to Natty Oaks in West Dallas if he can strike here in his mystery frame. And the 5 twirls a little bit, but it does fall. Not only does he get the Natty Oaks gift card, that double gets him a bottle of Creating the Difference bowling ball cleaner, thanks to our friends Ron Hicklin and everyone down at Creating the Difference. Love the CTD outlook. It's just bowling positivity and bowling inclusion for everyone. Can we get Leanne a pizza and picture package from Riviera Lanes in West Dallas? No, and she's going to find a world of hurt on that shot, as it's the 4, 6, and 7. She can bounce one around or slide one over. She can get $40 in cash in the Brew City Bowling Show, but the odds of this being converted, it's one of those 1,000-to-1 shots. She'll probably just take the 2, move on, get the count. She knows how important the doubles team total is, and trying to advance to that Royal Roller Match does exactly that. And now Josh Przybylski getting ready to step up.
Yeah, they're running in practice.
In the 9th frame, looking to get 3 in a row. He's going to make sure that bowling ball is nice and clean. And KP, as he's affectionately known. There you see another one of the Meyer kids, Leilani, in the background. Great fundraiser they just had here for Down syndrome awareness in Wisconsin. And a great toss there by Josh, 3 in a row. Gets himself the turkeys, spicing it up with Penzies. Thanks to their support all season long. You can always buy 24/7 online at penzies.com or at any of their local locations. A lot of community support. Penzi gives back a ton to the community, and we appreciate their support here on the Brew City Bowling Show. And if Leanne had a 75-foot lane, that one may have gotten back to the pocket. See a little smirk there when she comes back. Knows it wasn't the shot she was looking to throw at the moment. Leanne averages 186, and her favorite bowling teammate is her partner, Josh, because they continually talk while they bowl together to try to help each other out, not just with what the ball might be doing on the lanes, but just a positive outlook and keep that support. So Josh stepping up here, still pursuing perfection, working on 3 in a row, and they're looking to get that solid doubles total in the books. Try to get in that American Place Casino Royal Roller match. Can we get Josh a family 4-pack of tickets to any Milwaukee Milkman game in 2025 over at Franklin Field? That's only about 3 miles from here at Country Lanes as the crow flies, and we're going to be sending Josh to watch some baseball at Franklin Field. Exciting opening series the Milkmen had for their home opener recently. And, of course, that great cross-county rivalry they have with the Lake Country Dockhounds. We saw that on the baseball battle a couple of weeks ago, had it on the lanes, and the teams each had their second series of the season on the field at Franklin Field recently with a split of the series, and then unfortunately Mother Nature got in the way of the last game, rained it out, and we're not getting Josh in another H5G brand jersey. He's got one on now. Unfortunately, that wrap 10 takes away that opportunity. Watch that extra look. 6 goes low and around. Bad break there, but Josh definitely going to be in contention for taking down the Circa High Game Award with that 108 game, even with the miss on the 10 on the fill shot. And of course, it's the 2-night midweek stay at Circa Las Vegas and the daybed rental at Stadium Swim. That prize worth $750. I want to thank Circa Las Vegas and the Circa Sportsbook inside of American Place Casino for all their support here on the Brew City Bowling Show. Is that going to get all the way up? No, a little turn and burn situation there for Leanne. If they make it to the Royal Roller match, Leanne might want to consider making a ball change. That ball's just using too much energy when it gets to the end of this 43-foot PBA LBC National Championships pattern. And Josh and Leanne from the qualifying round, they each took home an entry for the PBA LBC National Championships for their performance. So they'll be bowling down at Royal Mount Prospect sometime during June or July as that tournament rolls on. And if you're bowling the PBA LBC National Championships, make sure you stop by and see me at the live stream booth. I'll be live streaming every squad of that event on the PBA YouTube channel for friends and family that can't watch bowlers in person. Watch them from afar. And hey, can we get ourselves an APC jackpot shot at red, white, and blue head pin up? If Leanne can strike here in the fill ball, it's $100 in free play at American Place Casino in Waukegan. And once again, that's going to need some help. Does not get back to the head pin, and that is going to leave Leanne at 60. Josh with that great 108 game, and we'll be back to give our bowlers some awards in our second semifinal from here at Country Lanes. It's time for the 4th annual 3-2-1 tournament at Blue Mound Bowl in Brookfield. Your $150 team entry fee includes your doubles with your teammates and your singles. Call Blue Mound Bowl to reserve your anytime, anyday squad time.
Hi everyone, come check out Swagger Sports Bar and Grill inside Root River Center. On Fridays we have fish fry. We also have live music starting at 8 p.m. If you want to check out our lineup, go to our Facebook page at Root River Center or our website.
South Shore Bowl has great bowling deals for you. With all-you-can-bowl glow bowling on Friday and Saturday nights and our Sunday Fun Day special. See all the info at southshorebowl.com.
Well, Josh bringing some excitement right out of the gate. Front four, just wrapped that 10-pin when he was going for a perfect game. Let's bring our bowlers in and talk to them. We'll talk to Josh first. Josh, big run early. What did you find during practice that got you out here in the front four?
I really was kind of lost in practice, but one of the Ben, our friend over there, suggested moving a little left, keeping it in a little bit more, and it worked out well for me.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, you're getting a bottle of Creating a Difference bowling ball cleaner for your double. Penzi gets to spice up your turkey with some Penzies for 3 in a row. Did you win Penzies when you were on the No. So we got you with Penzies. 4 in a row, Milwaukee Milkmen. Have you been to a Milkmen game in the last couple of years?
Yes, we used to have season tickets, so perfect.
Well, you're going to get a family 4-pack of tickets for any game in 2025 thanks to the Milkmen. And your mystery frame was the 8th frame. So you're going to take home a gift card from Natty Oaks in West Dallas. So pretty good morning for you so far here on the Brew City Bowling Show.
For sure. I had fun.
Yeah, well, we'll have to see if your and Leanne's total holds up if you make the Royal Roller match. So thanks for bowling. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
And let's bring Leanne in. Leanne, little struggles early with but your partner held you in. That 168 total's probably got a pretty good chance of making it. What are you going to do if you make that final match? What adjustment are you going to make before you bowl? Try a different ball, or?
I don't know if I'll try a different ball, just a different area. I was throwing it way too far out, so yeah.
Well, unfortunately, your mystery frame was the 8th frame. You would have won a pizza and picture package from Don Doherty and our friends at Riviera Lanes in West Dallas. And you missed out on that jackpot shot on the fill ball, too, for the $100 of free play at American Place. So, yeah, unfortunately, yeah. But you might have a second chance to get something if you make that Royal Roller match. So good luck to you.
Hopefully. Thank you.
All right, thanks. And let's see who our players are for semifinal number 2.
We've seen these players during a big winning streak, the 5-time winners during Season 2 of the American Place Casino Royal Roller match here on the Brew City Bowling Show. Gina Dereshevsky, Dan Glubka. And we're seeing them start in a familiar position. Gina on the left lane, Dan on the right. Gina starting things off here on lane 3. Gina, the proprietor at Classic Lanes in Greenfield. That one cuts a bit high, and she leaves herself the 3, 6, and 10. They say it's never easy to repeat as a champion and have the streak they did earlier this year of 5 wins in a row. You talk about quality teamwork. They showed it when one bowler was down, the other picked them up. And even though they lost in a close match, when Dan Glubka had some struggles at South Shore Bowl, Gina held them in. She had 7 strikes on 7 attempts in that Royal Roller match where they lost out by just a pin. They're looking to get back in that American Place Casino winner's circle once again. They already have over $2,400 in free play and dining from American Place from that big winning streak, other jackpot shots and spares for dough they may have had. And how about that for Dan? Takes all 10 down, and they know they have a pretty solid total. They're going to have to put on the board. It's going to take a 168 to assure making the Royal Roller match. Otherwise, they're going to have to wait and see how that 3rd semifinal goes to see if they will advance. Gina, her favorite bowling teammate, Jill Albrecht Weber. Jill, Hall of Famer in the USBC and the Wisconsin State Hall of Fame. She also has 2 other favorites with Jenna, her daughter. Just loves bowling with her daughter whenever she has a chance. And with Glubby, as she calls Banana Dan, as you see from Dan's shirt today, just always has fun. Gina not having a lot of fun right now, though, in the first 2 frames. Looking to go spare and spare. That one stared it down a little bit. Wasn't 100% sure when it was out of the hand, but it hooked over, took it down. There you see Josh Brzbilski and our other proprietor here at Country Lanes, Kevin Meyer, having a nice little chat behind the lanes. Let's see if Dan can put up a double here, get himself some Creating the Difference. Bowling ball polish, that needs a lot of help, and there might not be a lot of hands in the crowd here today, but they are all up in the air as we're taping here early on a Saturday morning at Country Lanes. And the last thing Dan wants to do here is miss, as the Brian Meehan rule is in full effect, or as Brian is known now here at Country Lanes, Captain Bucket. And Dan Glubka, no problem with that 5-pin. Avoids the Meehan rule as we get into the foundation frame. And now Dan explaining the format to Gina. where she bowls. Gina's just a busy person, having a good chuckle after it. Let's see if we can get her a little fun time at Falcon Bowl. There's some great music always at Falcon Bowl. Quality cocktails, and of course those fun 6 old school lanes in the basement. And yikes, that one goes long, 2, 4, 8, 10. And Gina's going to need a bit of a miracle to convert this. Slide the ball over to the left of the 2 pin, have the 4 take out the 8, the 2 take out the 10 is the most common way to make it. $24 in cash, though. If she does make it from the Brew City Bowling Show, we pay $1 per pin value on a split. So let's see if she can hook it all the way over and get them all. Nope, too much of the 2 pin. Whoa, hold on. That pin tried to stay on the pin deck and roll across. Doesn't happen. So now Gina's sitting at a maximum of 74. Dan, though, can strike out, get to a nice round 100 number. Still wouldn't be enough for the High Game Award, as Josh Przybylski with that 108 in the opening semifinal will stay in the lead for that Circa High Game Award. But a great toss there by Dan in the 9th frame. Sets him up wonderfully for the 10th. Let's see what Gina can do here. Try to bounce back off that 2, 4, 8, 10 combination. Gina still wants to get that one game of bowling in with Amleto Monticelli, her favorite professional bowler. And that's going to need some help to get up there. And another 2-10 combination. The 4 and the 8 went this time. But now, oh, Dan throwing the shot of tequila bet out there with Gina, because it's Wisconsin. It's never too early for that breakfast shot. Let's see if she can slide that 2 pin across, get herself $12 from the Brew City Bowling Show. Hey, how about that? Take that bow, Gina. That is a great conversion in the 10th frame. We'll have to see. Oh, Dan says he's just admiring his bowling ball. He should be admiring his partner after that great conversion. Look at that 210 go down. That's right. Just a little showing off by Gina there. And if she strikes here, she'll get to 64. Boy, if Dan can strike out and they get to 100, they're going to be in a pretty solid position to advance. And there you see the mixer after the adjustment. 64 for Gina. Once again, they've been a great team all season long, especially during that Royal Roller Match run. One bowler would struggle a bit, the other one would pick him up. And let's see if we can get Mr. Glubka a neutral gift pack. Keep it tasty with neutral. Thanks to our friends at Beechwood Distributing. The 6 kicks to 10. And Dan not just going home with some creating the difference bowling ball polish, but also that neutral gift pack. That'll be a nice, crisp, clean, refreshing summer beverage for Dan or wherever he provides that to. Let's see if we can get that turkey spiced up with Penzies here. And the second shot of the 10th frame, pretty solid out of the mitt. Yep, flush 10 back. And Dan, he's going to fall short of that Circa High Game Award, but he's going to put himself and Gina in pretty good position to advance. The thing is, with the quality of players on this show, as Dan making a little fun of the camera person, that camera lady being my lovely wife, Carrie. Best production assistant out there. Let's see if we can get some Milkmen tickets. That's right, Dan Glubka going back to the Milkmen. He knows it. And we'll be back to award some prizes and have our 3rd semifinal here from Country Lanes on the Brew City Bowling Show. Join the Bourbon Club for free at Country Lanes. Enjoy discounts on every pour and have your chance to win some great monthly prizes. Enjoy a pour before or after a great pizza at Country Lanes in Franklin.
Well, a great finish to the end for Dan. That game has their team in contention to get to the Royal Roller match. Let's talk to our bowlers for semifinal number 2. Gina, come on in. Gina, we joked around that Dan had a bad day last time you guys were on TV at South Shore Bowl, and you kind of had a Danny day today, didn't you?
Any day.
So it happens to the best of us.
It does.
But you still got a chance. We'll see what happens after the third semifinal. Unfortunately, your mystery frame is the 9th frame. You would have had a chance to take a visit up to Falcon Bowl up in River West at historic Falcon Bowl. When's the last time you were in that place?
I've never been there, but I have partied with those girls, and they're wild.
Okay. So let me know. We'll figure out a date. We'll go ourselves, too, so have a good time with it. But we'll see what happens with the Royal Royal match. Thanks for bowling again today. Oh, what's going on at Classic Lanes this summer? There's going to be a whole bunch of stuff going on.
We have spring leagues, cornhole, we have bands. Just getting ready for the fall, and I don't know.
Best place to check it out, though, Classic Lanes Greenfield Facebook page, right?
Yes, that's exactly it. Thank you.
Thanks for bowling. We'll see you next week. We'll be there at Classic Lanes with our over 50, under 50 doubles here on the Brew City Bowling Show. Let's talk to Dan. Dan, come on in. Dan, did you feel a little redemption this morning after the performance at South Shore Bowl?
I mean, I got a few strikes compared to South Shore.
Yeah.
Bad.
So, hey, but a great game, though. You got yourself a bottle of Korean Difference bowling ball cleaner for your 2 in a row. 3 in a row, as always, spicing up that turkey with Penzies. And as you know, with that 4th strike in the 10th frame, when you rounded it out, Milwaukee Milkman tickets, another set of Milkman tickets for you. It's going to be a great season for you out there.
Season tickets, baby. Did I get the mystery frame?
You did get the mystery frame. The mystery frame is the 10th frame, and you are receiving a neutral prize pack from our friends at Beechwood Distributing. So not that you have a beverage or two, but
Love it.
there we go. We'll see if your total makes it to the Royal Roller match. Once again, thanks for rolling that.
Thanks, Phil.
All right, and let's see who our participants are coming up in match number 3. And our third semifinal from here at Country Lanes in Franklin. And we've got the team that's traveled the farthest to ever appear on the Brew City Bowling Show with Sue Walter and Tim Walter, husband and wife. Glad they're getting a chance to bowl together in a tournament. They're super happy to make TV as they bowl at Dale's Weston Lanes up in the Wausau area. Made the trip down here, trying to make the TV show, made it. Yikes, not the way that Sue wants to start, however. Leaving that 4-9 split. $13 in cash if she were to pick it up. And I heard the shot if you make it. Welcome to Franklin, Sue, where shots are freely given apparently on every split conversion. Let's see if that ball gets over far enough on the 4-pin. It does not, and the early open frame for Sue. Tim coming up also does his bowling at Weston Lanes. Great center up in the Wausau area. Many bowlers have been there for the Wisconsin State Open or Wisconsin State Women's Bowling Tournament. And let's see what Tim can do here to try to start with a strike. Near the pocket, just creeps up a little high. Leaves the 3-6. Says his favorite bowling teammate is his bowling acquaintance, Chris McCullough, because he always talks about how he loves bowling so much. Well, everybody has a good passion for this sport that appears on the Brew City Bowling Show, out here bowling tournaments, having some fun, being social. Great cover there by Tim. Sue's favorite bowling teammates are her and Tim's sons, Matt and Aiden. They've always been a bowling family, and they've had some great bowling tournaments together as a family. Let's see if they can get the 4 of them to the Milwaukee Milkman game. Come on, 10-pin, get out of there. And that messenger not going to take it back across the lane, so unfortunately no family 4-pack for Sue, the Milwaukee Milkman. Sue's favorite breakfast food on a Saturday morning when we don't have her inside a bowling center. Waffles with strawberries and whipped cream. She makes things a little on the sweet side on a Saturday morning for breakfast, and a great cover there by Sue. As they need to get past the total set by Gina and Dan of 164 to get into the American Place Casino Royal Roller match. We already know that Leanne and Josh are in with their 168 total. And let's see if we can get some striking going here for Tim. Gift card for Henry Flack Steakhouse if he strikes in his mystery frame. Well, it wasn't pretty, but the job gets done. And I'm sure Tim will be happy to know that that bit of a break's going to get him
that mystery prize after we talk to him when the match is done. See that 6-pin get the backdoor hit to take it down. Now let's see if we can get Sue her first strike of the game here in the 9th frame. She would have the song I Got a Feeling by Blue Suede as her entrance music if she was coming into a bowling match like a prize fighter. And unfortunately, the feeling right now can't be too good for Sue as she is yet to strike here in this 3rd semifinal, and it's starting to look bleak for their chance of advancing into the American Place Casino Royal Roller match. She'll move cross lane at the 610 with that polyester ball, covers it up, and she has a maximum score now of 77. Tim can still get to 110, so still a good chance, but it's going to take at least a strike here by Tim, and then a couple of strikes by Sue and another strike by Tim in the 10th. Build a double to get that team into the Royal Roller match. Will we see some creating the difference? Bowling ball cleaner going in Tim's bag. Nope, a 10-pin for Tim this time. And this is a must-make here, as that will leave his maximum score at 89. And with Sue at 76, they would have just enough to get by Gina and Dan. Yikes! And that's going to end the run as 77 and 78. Let's check my math. Yeah, that would only be in the 150s. So now we know our 2 Royal Roller match semifinalists that are advancing with Leanne and Josh and Gina and Dan. One would have to put the advantage on Gina and Dan with their experience in those matches earlier this year. And almost the rolled 2-pin for Sue. Thought we'd have a chance to see her get her first strike. And I'm just wondering how much that 4-9 in the first frame on a pretty good shot just kind of affected the psyche there of Sue. But a spare here and a strike gets her to 66. And Mark with a good bowler, not letting any of those single pins get away. Sue's covered everything that's been makeable here on TV. And she's always wanted to go back to Hawaii. The blue ocean, the beautiful beaches. I'd add the great food from what I've seen on some Food Network television shows. The food in Hawaii looks so spectacular as well. And she can teach a class about snuggling with kittens. So that's always a good thing to have. That'll relax you for sure. As Sue finishes with 65. Tim likes his breakfast a little hearty on a Saturday morning. Steak and eggs. And he's always wanted to bowl one game with Norm Duke. And if you're a Norm Duke fan and want to get a chance to talk to him, get some pictures taken with him, Norm Duke is going to be at the opening weekend of the PBA LBC National Championships at Bolero Mount Prospect in Mount Prospect, Illinois on May 31st and June 1st. Norm doesn't make a lot of personal appearances anymore. So if you want to get an autograph, a selfie with him, take the time, head down to Mount Prospect May 31st and June 1st, early in the day for those appearances. He'll be there for the 9 a.m. squad on the 31st, and he'll be there before the 11 a.m. squad starts on June 1st. And you can get your chance to spend some time with one of the greatest of all time, Norm Duke. Tim with the double, looking to finish out strong, get the 3 in a row. Get the Penzies Spice Up Your Turkey gift card with a strike here. And we want to thank Sue and Tim for coming down from Wausau. We'll talk to them, award them their prizes, and get ready for that American Place Casino Royal Roller match here on the Brew City Bowling Show. Join the Bourbon Club for free at Country Lanes. Enjoy discounts on every pour and have your chance to win some great monthly prizes. Enjoy a pour before or after a great pizza at Country Lanes in Franklin. Sign up for the Summer Storm Doubles League at Castle Lanes in Racine. Get your chance to win Storm bowling balls, Castle Lanes gift certificates, and everyone in the league gets a Castle t-shirt and a bowling jersey from H5G. Call Castle Lanes today to sign up. Oh, a tough 3rd semifinal for Sue and Tim. They're not going to make that American Place Casino Royal Roller match, but I think they still have an okay time. Sue, come on in.
Boy, that 4-9 in the 7th frame, I thought you absolutely had that ball great, just broke a little hard in the end. That was a little unnerving, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was exactly where I was thrown in practice, and it just didn't happen in the 7th. So I suspected a strike that time.
So, well, I'll tell you what, not a bad day for you. From the qualifying year, you get that PBA LBC National Championships entry. That's worth $250, so you're not walking away empty-handed. Unfortunately, your mystery frame was the 8th frame. It would have been 4 tickets to a Milwaukee Milkmen game, so you had to come back down here and check out the Milkmen. But we appreciate you coming down from the Wausau area, and we hope to see you and your husband back here again.
Sounds good. Thank you very much.
Now let's bring in Tim. Tim with the great finish. The double in the 10 is going to get you a bottle of Creating the Difference bowling ball cleaner. The 3 in a row is going to get you a gift card for Penzeys Spices, so you can either use it here or you can use it online at penzeys.com to spice up your turkey with Penzeys. And then your mystery frame is the 8th frame, so you can go out for a nice steak at Henry Flack Steakhouse. We have a gift certificate for you for Henry Flack's in West Dallas. So unfortunately, you guys didn't make the Royal Roller match, but you're also taking home that PBA LBC National Championship entry worth $250. So glad you and Sue came down from the Wausau area, and hopefully we get to see you two down here again.
Thank you. I enjoyed the show.
And I need Josh in here. Josh, come on in. The Circa Las Vegas High Game Award goes to Josh Przybylski. Josh, a great game there. So you're going to get yourself a 2-night midweek stay at Circa Las Vegas and a daybed rental at Stadium Swim. We don't pay to get you out there and back, but I know you could talk to Gina during the Royal Roller match. She can tell you what a great time she had out there on that trip. And who are you going to take?
I will be taking my girlfriend Miranda. So we'll have a good time out there. I promise you that.
Yeah, no doubt about it. So go get ready for that Royal Roller match. We'll see you out there. It's going to be Josh and Leanne against Gina and Dan. We got that team earlier in the season that won 5 weeks in a row. We got a team that's coming in for the first time for that Royal Roller match. It's going to be exciting here from Country Lanes in Franklin. The American Place Casino Royal Roller match coming up next here on the Brew City Bowling Show.
I'm excited to check this place out.
It's gotta be better than our usual.
Feel invisible at other casinos?
Welcome. Great to see you.
Hey, we see you. Because at American Place, we go above and beyond to deliver not just great gaming and dining, but personal service and attention where nothing is overlooked. Especially you. American Place Casino.
Long time no see. You have no idea.
Showcase your skills and experience the thrill of competing on the national stage at the 2025 PBA LBC National Championships. This event has awarded over $675,000 in prize money over the last 2 years, and Valero Mount Prospect is just a 90-minute drive from Milwaukee. View all the tournament information at pba.com/LBC tournament. All Foxview Lanes and Sussex Bowl League bowlers in the 25-26 league season will have their chance to strike it rich. Their chance at the $15,000 progressive jackpot every time they bowl league. The American Place Casino Royal Roller match, and if you were an odds maker, like at the Circus Sportsbook inside of American Place, you would have to make Gina and Dan the favorite. This is their 7th Royal Roller match in 2025 as a team. They're 5-1 coming in. One would think that would make them the favorites. And Gina will be starting things off here on lane 3. Gets that ball hooked back in the pocket. 10 back to start the game for Gina and Dan. Dan and Josh, they know the record that they're facing, even though they were the highest qualifier. They know they have their work cut out for them. Let's see what Leanne can do here in the opening frame. Leanne with some struggles with a different ball early on in the semifinals. She's made that ball change. That ball definitely gets a little farther down the lane before making its turn. I think the first one she just wanted to make sure it got there. Went a little high. Left just a 6-pin, and one would think a bowler of her caliber should have no issue going cross lane with that polyester and picking up the spare. Perfectly done by Leanne Meyer. Let's see what Josh Przybylski can do here. He's our Circa High Game Award winner for the day. Had the front 4 in a 108 game during the semifinals. So Leanne and Josh with having lane choice. Josh deciding to take lane 3, and he'll be finishing in the 10th frame for his team. That'll force Dan Glubka to finish in the 10th frame if it's close. Gina and Dan, and that one unfortunately not even close to the pocket for Josh. A few laughs being had over that, considering he didn't miss the pocket once during the semifinals. A ring 10 pin.
But he's going to Las Vegas.
And the second ball of the 10th frame prevented him from seeing perfection. Josh wanted to give out to his favorite bowling teammate, Sean Kosher. You can't beat the energy Sean brings, and his positivity is always on point. And Josh positively on point on that spare. Textbook conversion. Let's see what Dan Glubka, the Banana Man, can do today. His favorite bowling teammate outside of his partner Gina is Paul Krantz, because Dan says, who else could it be? Fully agree with Dan on that one. Krantz's, Diane and Paul, both phenomenal human beings. And Dan comes up a little high, leaves just the 3-pin. And definitely the mood's loose right now. I think it's going to be a tight match. Frames 8, 9, and 10. I don't know if we'll see as much joking around going between the players, but they're definitely having a little fun with it. This morning here at Country Lanes, good cover by Dan. All teams clean through 2 frames. If Gina could have a walk-in song like a professional fighter, it would be I Did It by the Dave Matthews Band. Gina hoping to not have to pull out the DMB spare ball that she has. She uses for her right side spares here in the Royal Roller match. And yeah, I just threw a bit of a jinx on that one, I think, as the shot if you make a call goes out once again here at Country Lanes. And this is going to be a tough one with the 3, 4, 6, 7, and 10. This $30 if she were to pick it up. $1 per pin value. Always easy to try to do the pin value math in my head as we go along here. She only takes 2. Wow, that's her own teammate Dan giving her the good bowler takes 2. Yikes. Yes. Words are said laughingly between the two of them. Hey, let's see if we can get Leanne a cut in style with our friends at DeCarlo Barber Shop and Salon in downtown Milwaukee. That's online. Is it going to get all the way there, however? Nope, comes up a little light. Hold on. Whoa, I thought there was a chance. And Leanne's definitely not happy that it's left as just a 5-pin. As you see all the hands go up in the air, and she is not happy to get a bit of a break, to be honest. She's serious. Look at that serious look on Leanne's face. That's probably the most serious I've ever seen her when she's bowled. But everybody having fun out here this morning. That's what the Brew City Bowling Show is all about. Yes, we have competition. Yes, we give away a lot of prizes. But also it's about the friendship and relationships built in the sport of bowling. Because I guarantee you, if Josh strikes here, everybody in the crowd is going to be happy for him, as he's got the red, white, and blue head pin. $100 in free play at American Place Casino if he can strike on this shot, which he successfully does. Let's send Josh down to Waukegan for a little fun on the machines down there. Any slot machine, any video poker machine, any video keno machine. That's $100 in free play. And we've had some people that have taken their jackpot shot money. We've had some winners, we've had some losers. I know we had one player take $150 in free play that they won, and they ran it up to $1,500. And hey, look at this, everybody. It's another 5-pin, this time by the Banana Man.
Was it actually a 5-pin, Phil?
No. It was.
Yes, Dan. Yes, that is a 5-pin. It's a paralyzed 5, as the 2-pin hit the 5-pin at the same time the bowling ball did. So let's see if we can keep the 5-pin record perfect here. Hold on. Oh, my. Wow. It did a little dance for you. Just like it did on the first shot. Talk about barely saving yourself from buying around. Another 6 inches of length on the lane. And that would have been a round of shots on Danny Boy, but not this time. Let's see what Gina can do here as we get into our final break in the action of the day. I thought that was going to go for a strike, but that week 10 stands. And you see Gina wasting no time going for that Dave Matthews Band spare ball. So it's a great that you can get some of these polyester bowling balls from a couple of companies out there, including local companies that can put whatever you want on that spare ball within reason. A great cover. Halfway through our Royal Roller match, we'll be back in Country Lanes for the second half of this match. Due to time constraints, we had our bowlers continue bowling through the break. Leanne Meyer stepping up in the 5th frame. Looks like she throws a pretty good shot there, just creeps a little high. Leaves the 4-7, and then on the spare attempt, comes in a little too late, only takes the 4-pin down. Josh Przbilski looking to bring his team right back into this game as they only have a 2-pin advantage. Going into the 6th, leaves the baby split. And then on that 3-10 conversion, Josh fails to pick them both up. A little too heavy on the 3-pin. And now Leanne and Josh find themselves behind here for the first time in the American Place Casino Royal Roller match. As they're down by about a mark, if Dan Glubka can put up a mark here in his team's half of the 6th frame. Glubka gets that one, come back, 10 back in the pit. Puts a stranglehold on the pocket on that shot, just like the song by Ted Nugent, the person Dan Glubka would love to be able to bowl a game with once in his life. Let's see what Gina can do here to try to put a double on the board in the 7th. And this is her mystery frame. Can she win a bowling ball rejuvenation and resurfacing from Bowlers headquarters inside of Classic Lanes Greenfield? Unfortunately, Gina comes up a little light, leaving just the 2-pin. What is one thing that Gina could teach a class about? I fully agree with this. Party and adventure, because life is too short. No doubt about that. Gina always gets a chance to travel when she can. Another thing she could probably teach really well is how to clean out your car after your 2 grandchildren have destroyed it. She was talking about that a little earlier today. Loves being able to watch her grandchildren. Just doesn't like to clean up once it's done. Let's see what Leanne can do here to bounce back, trying to end the bleeding on back-to-back opens for her team. And I have to say the best toss of the show so far for Leanne in the 7th frame keeps her team within 9 pins, and they can actually take the lead again in this match. If Josh can strike here in the 8th frame. Josh likes himself a little biscuits and gravy on a Saturday morning. And he's always wanted to bowl a game with EJ Tackett. EJ, remember the H5G brand staff? And we're sending Josh home with a $40 gift certificate for H5G brands. He can get himself an EJ Tackett replica jersey, or get himself any of the PBA swag that's offered, as H5G brands the official merchandiser of the Professional Bowlers Association. And hey, let's do another mystery frame here for Dan to go with the jackpot shot. $150 total up for grabs. Yikes, that's terrible. Oh my, wow. Almost the backdoor strike, and this is a first in Brew City Bowling Show history. We've had a jackpot shot turn into a spare for dough. So Dan could save $50 in free play from American Place, because it just says you have to spare the single pin when it's the red, white, and blue pin. Bowling history made this morning. Goes for a chance to winning $150 and American Place Casino goodies down to $50, but still gets it done. And Dan Glubka celebrating that one for sure. This is getting down to the nitty-gritty. Can Gina set up the 10th frame for her partner? Foundation frame for Gina. Needs to hold it held, but then I thought it was going to finish a little harder on lane 3. Not the case, and another weak 10 for Gina. So a spare here and striking out would leave Gina and Dan at 189. Leanne and Josh working on a double and pacing pacing in the 180s. So a strike here by Leanne could really put the pressure on Gina and Dan in the 10th frame, even with just a mark by Josh. She can throw it as easily as she did in the 7th. I could see this turning into a turkey. Rolls up pretty good, and wow. Talk about a bad break on top of a bad break. The 4-5-7 on a light pocket shot, but then something hit the 4-pin and moved it to the left. And I actually think that bowling ball could fit between the 4 and the 5. Yeah, actually the 5 moved a little bit to the right as well, and now Leanne trying to figure out what she can do here. You can't go between the pins because the ball might go straight through. It might not hit either the 4 or the 5. Usually there's just a little bit of belly you nick on both pins when you split them. And maybe trying to get a lucky bounce. Yeah, she got the 2. Just a bad break at an inopportune point for Leanne. And now still a close game. Leanne and Josh still in arrears by about 8 pins. But if Josh can strike out here, or at least get the double in the 10th, that could force a mark out of Dan for the Royal Roller Match victory. You can't get 2 in a row without the first one. And Josh Brzbilski, dead money flush on that. Don't bother calling the local authorities on that shot, as there are no witnesses remaining to that assault on all 10 pins. No remnants left to clear on the pin deck. So Josh knows this second shot in the 10th, big as well. He already knows he's going to Circle Las Vegas, and he's trying to get a little more gambling fun in with a American Place Casino Royal Roller Match win for him and his partner. Is that got a chance to mix? Wow, you talk about the bad break Leanne got. Josh gets a return good break as he gets the high 5 from KP and from his teammate Leanne. Watch that ball roll up late. Head pin forces the 4-pin up into the 2. Something else takes the 8. And now that's going to force Dan Glubke to get a mark in the 10th to win for Gina and Dan. And that's assuming that Josh keeps it on the lane here and gets good count. It's on the lane. It's a jackpot shot. And unfortunately, only gets 7. But still, he won $100 in free play from American Place earlier in the game. The jackpot shot strike. And now Dan knows what's needed. Any mark. And it's got to be good count on the first ball here in the 10th to go with a spare to lock up victory. 5 steps to the line. It looks pretty good out of his hand. And the 6 does the job on the 10. And now it's just a matter of getting 6 pins and 2 shots. Quite sure what was said there, but did make Gina chuckle a little bit as the Banana Man, as we're calling him today. 6 pins, 2 shots, a little extra smile to carry our camera woman on the sidelines. You only need 6 and 2 shots. You can be a little bit relaxed. That's more than enough. Have a little fun. You got to have fun while you're here on the Brew City Bowling Show. And even though you see the wry smile there from Josh and Leanne, the high fives to the teammates, they had a good performance today making this Royal Roller Match. And they're taking home quite a few prizes. Gina and Dan taking home the extra $250 in free play, $150 in Diane American Place. That's almost $2,800 of American Place goodies they've taken home in 2025. Amazing. We'll be back to talk to our bowlers and wrap up this edition of the Brew City Bowling Show from Country Lanes in Franklin after this short break. Join the Bourbon Club for free at Country Lanes. Enjoy discounts on every pour and have your chance to win some great monthly prizes. Enjoy a pour before or after a great pizza at Country Lanes in Franklin. Well, bowlers, as you know, it does have to be a high-scoring match to be an exciting match. 178 to 174. Gina and Dan take down the American Place Casino Royal Roller Match for another week. It's not 6 in a row, but still 6 weeks is really incredible here on this season. Let's talk to our runners-up today with Leanne and Josh. Come on in.
Josh, you're going to get yourself $100 in free play from American Place Casino for your jackpot shot. Way to go on that. You had a pretty solid day as a team. Leon, boy, that 4-5-7 in the ninth frame, that really struck me as odd, and I think you got robbed on that one.
I didn't have enough hand in that ball, so that's my own fault.
Well, you guys still had a good day, made it to the Royal Roller match. Josh, you're also going to get a $40 gift certificate for your mystery frame in the 8th from H5G brand, so that's another one you get this year, so you're almost all the way to a New Jersey.
My daughter and I will be in style. Yep.
No doubt about that. Unfortunately, Leon, yours was the 3rd frame. It would have been a haircut in style from DeCarlo Salon. But, Leon, I just want to thank you and Kevin once again for being great hosts for us here at Country Lanes. And, hey, come out and see Leon on Wednesdays here during the Summer Sweeper Series as well. So if she's not bowling, she's definitely going to be here. I had no doubt about it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Thanks for bowling today, guys. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
And let's bring in our champions. As we said, for the 6th time this season, they won 5 in a row, and now they're back to win another one. That is over $2,800 in free play and dining for American Place Casino for you two. Second effort there by Dan for your $50 in free play since you turned a jackpot shot into a spare for dough. It's the first time we've had that happen, and it must be nice to have a pretty unique teammate like that.
I believe we gel pretty well together.
I have to agree with that.
Back, street, back. All right.
Well, guys, unfortunately, no mystery frames for you. So, Gina, yours was in the 7th frame. It would have been a bowling ball resurfacing from Bowlers Headquarters inside of Classic Lanes Greenfield. So go see Chad and his crew there. They can get you all set up. And Dan, yours was the 8th frame. You would have won a American Place Casino dining certificate for $50. Unfortunately, you missed out on that. But you did get the $50 in free play. Like I said, $2,800 plus overall for the season. You got to be feeling pretty good about your efforts this year.
Amazing.
That is bananas.
Thank you so much, American Place Casino. That's just amazing. That's awesome.
Well, we're not done seeing Gina because we're going to see her at her bowling center next week. We have the over 50, under 50 doubles at Classic Lanes in Greenfield. So make sure you join us for our last show of season 2.5 here on the Brew City Bowling Show. For all of our bowlers, for Dan, for Gina, I'm $2 Phil Bridlo. Hey, parents, take the kids bowling because you know they're going to have fun for life. And we'll see you next week from Classic Lanes in Greenfield.